Kia ora! Welcome back to 7th Bliss. And if you're new here, this is a visual storybook of bliss. A creative soul who documents her life, art, and bliss. This is another chapter. Shall we begin? Our road trip continues as we journey further south of New Zealand, passing through scenic after scenic after scenic views of the country's untamed landscapes. It amazes me how varied the scenes we see through our car's windows all throughout the drive. From farmland's green lush fields to earthy brown mountain slopes, from wilderness to rocky cliffs to glistening lakes. Indeed, New Zealand is a country like no other. Our next plan was to reach either Queenstown or Arrowtown before the sun sets. However, if there is anything interesting along the way, we would be delightful to make quick stops, just like this interesting stream of the Otago region. Theme Roaring Meg. Who is Meg? Why is she roaring? These were the very thought I had in my mind when I saw the name of the place. It is said that Meg was a woman whose identity has merged with the myths and stories of the Otago region. The heart of her legend is intertwined with the gold rush era. Meg was among the prospectors who flocked the area in search for gold. The source of her moniker, Roaring Meg, is a tale of itself. As the story goes, Meg was known for her fiery temperament and her roaring laughter that echoed through the valleys, earning her the nickname that has been immortalized in local lore. In modern days, the Roaring Meg waterfall and that turbulent stream is the power that drives the hydroelectric power station owned and operated by Pioneer Energy. Noticeably, the further we drive south, the closer we are to the snow-capped mountains. And behind those is a little magical town that used to be a gold mining town, called the Arrowtown. We were here to catch the Matariki event, or better known as Maori's New Year. And we just arrived in time to see traditional Maori performances from these children. The entire town was so lively that it almost reminded me of the main street in Disneyland. There are even fairies greeting everybody on the streets.
Thank you very much. You have a lovely night.
So welcome, you too. Happy Matariki.
And with all the old buildings, lampposts, warmly lit stores, and gorgeous mountain backdrop is giving that magical and nostalgic vibe to it. Another must-do when visiting New Zealand's South Island is tasting the famous truffles at the remarkable sweet shop. The one in Arrowtown is a bit small and cramped compared to the one in Queenstown. But since we were already here, we took our chance to see what the craze is all about. Inside are all sorts of chocolates, candies, or what the local would call it, lollies. The staff are friendly and will give you any flavor of the truffles you wanted to try. Although tasting is free, we of course bought a few sweet treats to munch on as we explore more of what Arrowtown has to offer.
And this one is
That's all for you?
Yep.
All together?
Yeah.
I know.
Once we got our munchies, we head out again on the streets. The sun has already set and the colorful lights are now more conspicuous. The crowd has doubled and the food stalls were steaming and smelled like Christmas. There were performers entertaining, whilst everyone is either finding their spots or drinking and eating. We also stumbled upon an outdoor bonfire and saw people were lining up for s'mores. So, we lined up too for the experience. It's pretty simple but really fun.
$1 lang pala.
Huh?
$1 lang.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
The warmth coming from the bonfire is like a hug in the cold winter night. If I am not aware of the month we are in, I would definitely think this is one of those Christmas nights.
Like mine. Like this.
He arranged these stars into patterns inspired from the typical range of the walls of Queenstown. Still put that problems to
It was already nighttime when we finally reached Queenstown, and we already saw how lively the streets are down at the town. But we needed to prepare for the night, so we checked in a holiday park. If you are not familiar with holiday parks, it is a facility that has a variety of accommodations such as cabins, camper vans, and transient rooms. It is very common here in New Zealand because heaps of locals and tourists travel by means of motorized homes and self-contained vehicles. I also cooked rice at the common kitchen of the holiday park. What I love about it is that not only campers are free to use the kitchen, dining, outdoor grill, but also there are showers, laundry, and spa too. However, we were only here for a night, so we didn't really use those other perks.
Hey. Yes.
While my husband is preparing our dinner, I already arranged our bed. For dinner, we had grilled lamb, eggs, and fried rice. Although the night has gone deeper, we wouldn't miss the chance of seeing and experiencing the nightlife in Queenstown. After checking in and parking our camper van, we hurried down to the town center. We have no plans whatsoever for the night, so we just aimlessly walked from one corner to another. From shops to snack bars to restaurants to souvenir shops. The vibe along the wharf was charming and lively. There are floating bars by the dock and heaps of restaurants facing the esplanade. Since it was already late at night, the view of the surroundings remains to be a mystery, which excites me even more to see how it looks like at daytime. For now, we were just enjoying the nightlights while we skimmed the place in preparation for the next morning, which I will bring you along with us on the next chapter. So I wish you will stay tuned for that.
Konnichiwa.